Hello everyone. So the third program of DevOps is working with Gradle, setting up a Gradle project, understanding build scripts by using Groovy or Kotlin or DSL, and dependency management and task automation. So let us get started now. So as we know, Gradle is a powerful and flexible build automation tool, right? Primarily it is used for Java projects, but it also supports other languages and also platforms, okay? And it uses a build script which is written in either Groovy or a Kotlin domain specific language to configure the things and also to define the task. And in this lab program, we're gonna see how do we set up a Gradle project and how do understanding of this build scripts and dependency management and task automation. So, in order to work with Gradle, we require a Java development kit. So, before installing Gradle, we should verify the version of the Java. So, you can execute this command directly, and if you can able to see the version, then which means that JDK has been installed successfully. If you don't see the version, then you are supposed to go to this step and install the OpenJDK 11 or above, like 17 you should be installing, because our Gradle 7.4.1 it works with OpenJDK 11 or above. It'll gonna work with that. So installation, it has already been explained in program 1. So no necessity of executing all those things. I'll just revise to basically to install Gradle. So this step here. So it is to sudo apt install wget unzip is nothing but we are gonna install advanced programming tool called as wget, which will directly download something from the internet. Okay, so whatever you mention here, so this will be directly downloaded from the internet, which means that I want to install a package called as unzip. Whenever you have a zip file, so this unzip will automatically unzip it. Okay, that's it. That's what it says. So this entire line specifies that we are downloading unzip package from the internet rather than manually unzipping a zip folder. So we're going to directly install this tool, and whenever you have a zip folder with you, you can just use this command to unzip it. Okay, so to unzip a zipped folder, you can directly use this command. That's what it says. Otherwise, you can just download Gradle. That is sudo apt install Gradle-y can be done. And you should go to the home directory, and there you can find under the under a specific directory, you can find Gradle and you should extract it manually. Okay, so rather than extracting it manually, what we are doing here is we are installing unzip tool. So by using a command line interpreter called as a wget, and through this wget, we should mention the address of the Gradle. From this address, I want to download Gradle 7.4.1 bin. Okay, that's what it says. And since it is a zip folder, so it will be downloaded, and to unzip it through a command, this is the command sudo unzip, and you should specify this entire line here, Gradle 7.4.1 bin .zip, and this specifies that it should be unzipped into a directory called as opt Gradle. Okay, that's what it says. This is to install unzip package, and unzip package or unzip tool, it is installed to through the command we can unzip a zipped folder. That's what it says. Okay, and here to unzip through a command, this is how we should write sudo unzip Gradle 7.4.1 bin.zip. You should mention this entire zipped folder. -d is the directory, and you are supposed to extract this zipped file into this directory. That's what it says. Okay, so since we have already installed in our previous sessions, no necessity of installing this Gradle again. So you can just go with the verification of the Gradle. Okay, so if you don't get the Gradle version properly, or if it throws any errors, then you should go back to the previous step and download it from the given address. And after that, you should add environmental variable just like you add in Windows, no? The same way, to add environmental variable in Ubuntu, we have a file called as bashrc. It gives us the configuration file. Okay, so it is a configuration file. Basically, whatever you want to deal with the environmental variable, those variables are to be added to this bash file, okay, to the configuration file. Then only you can have this Gradle with you. You can start working with Gradle. So the path should be added to the configuration file. Okay. And to reflect that path, added path, you should reload this one. To reload the configuration, the command is this one. After reloading everything, you can just verify the version of the Gradle again. Okay. So if it is coming out fine, or else you should go back to the previous step and do it again. So we are done with first part of the problem, that is creation of the setting up of the Gradle project. So here now, now we are done with only installation of the Gradle. Now let us create a Gradle project. Okay. So to create a Gradle project, this is the command: Gradle init type followed by Java application. Okay, so it is to create a new project associated with Gradle. After running this command, this is how you get. Okay, so name of the file folder is my path. Under this you will have build Gradle. Here, just like in Maven we have a POM file, no? This just like that we have build Gradle here. Okay, so whatever the dependencies that you want to add here, in this case you are supposed to add it to the build Gradle file. Okay, under this setting will be there. Settings in the sense you can set up your project name, you can set up things related to your project. And under source, under main, under Java, we will be finding one app.java. Here you can actually write the source code. Okay, so Gradles will also be having Gradle wrappers actually. So these wrappers, it is a script that invokes a specific version of the Gradle, downloading it if necessary, and ensure consistent builds across the different environment and also the developer machines without requiring a global Gradle installation. So that's why it comes with a wrapper also. Okay, so this is how the structure looks like when you deal with when you create a project with Gradle. Okay, so let us go to the next step here. So after creating a project, you should enter inside your project folder, and there you should give Gradle build. Okay, so providing Gradle build, this is how like Gradle build automates the task by compiling and packaging and testing and deploying your software. Okay, so it will do everything will be automated. So when you give Gradle build, it will directly compile your project, directly package your project, and directly test your project and deploy the software. Okay, so and after that, to actually run this, you can go for using this Gradle run actually. So Gradle executes the tests in a separate Java virtual machine isolated from the main build process. Okay, so why? Because this prevents the class path population and also excessive memory consumption for the build process. It allows you to run the testers with a different Java virtual machine arguments than the build is using. Okay, that's what it says. And this will run the app.java file generated during the project setup. And here, yeah, you can see here in this example, by using by default the domain specific language allocated to us will be Groovy. Okay, if you just open build.gradle, you can see the plugins called as Java. We want to run a Java project, and you can see the group from which domain you want to execute this, and also you can see the version. Whereas in Maven, we would look at pom.xml file, but whereas in Gradle, we're going to look at build.gradle file. Okay, And also you can see here the repository, there is a central repository. Yeah, so this I'll explain it later. See, look at this. In POM file, we used to add dependencies using the tags, no? But here it is the dependencies inside that. Whatever the dependency that you want can be added just like this, okay? So there are so many dependencies in Gradle. We have a run case dependency, build, compile dependency, execution dependency, implementation dependency, everything is there. So implementation dependency is whenever you want to implement a project, what dependency you require. I want a JUnit. JUnit is nothing but unit testing your project. Okay. So during implementation, I require this compiler, hence I'm going to add this dependency manually. Because your build Gradle contains only a plugin and few of the automatic dependency will be added. If you want any external dependency, then it should be added manually by us. Okay, by writing like this. And also, yeah. So other things come by default. And if you want to use Kotlin, to switch to the Kotlin, you can just rename build.gradle to build.gradle.kts. Okay. So if you want to run with Kotlin, then you can do this. And it will automatically change the build file like this. That's it. Okay. It will add a JVM plugin like this. And then it will build the file, KTS file. Okay. So, but by default, we will be having Groovy itself. Now, how can we manage dependency in Gradle? So Gradle, it makes it easy to manage dependency and also integrate them into the build. Dependencies are defined in the dependencies block in the build script. Okay, when compared to Maven, it is quite easy actually. So adding of the dependency was very difficult in Maven because we should follow or we should adhere to the strict rules of XML. But here in this case, no necessity of doing that because we should write it in a block. That's it. So here we have added one external dependency, that is test implementation JUnit. I mean, to implement my project, I require a unit testing called as JUnit. That's what it says. Okay. And also to run my project, I need a JSON dependency for JSON parsing, and that I require it and I'm specifying it. So Gradle will automatically fetch the dependency and include it in your project during the build. Okay. So now after including all these things into the build.gradle file, you are supposed to Gradle build and you are supposed to give Gradle run. That's it. So that's how we can automate the things. And after that, task automation can be done. Task automation is nothing but it allows you to define tasks that automate various aspects of your build process, such as compiling the code, running the testers, and also packaging the artifacts. So to create a custom task, this is how we create a custom task. You should open the build Gradle script, and here, say for example, the task here is to print hello Gradle to the console. So what you should do is, after the dependencies block, you should write task followed by name of the task is hello. What it has to do, you should write do last. What it has to do is, it has to print hello Gradle. When you run this task, it has to print hello comma Gradle. That's how we automate the things. Very simple, no? So rather than writing everything inside the Java code, we can even include it in the build Gradle file itself. Okay, that's how we automate the things. So you should write task followed by name of the task and do last. Inside that you can write whatever the message you want to print. So you can run, instead of running Gradle build, you should run Gradle hello, because hello is the name of the task. No, Gradle hello, and it will print this output. Okay, so that's it about program number 3. Okay, so program number 3 is basically about what? How do we set up a Java project using Gradle, and how do we manage dependency and also task automation. So when compared to Maven, using Gradle is very easy and very friendly. Okay, so because in Maven we should adhere to the strict rules of XML format, but here there is no such rules and regulations. Simply inside the blocks you can apply whatever the dependency you want. Okay, so you should verify whether Gradle is installed into your system or not. If it is installed, then you can go to the setting up of the file. Setup can be done by using Gradle init type is Java application. Okay, so init is nothing but we want to initialize a Java project using Gradle. That's what the command says. And it will give the program structure, I mean the project structure. After giving the project structure, you can go to the build Gradle, and there you can add the dependency, that is JUnit dependency, which is not there previously. You will be adding it for executing your project manually. And then you can even add the task rather than writing code inside the app.java. You can just write it inside build Gradle like this, and you can automate the things. And here also I have added one more task, that is task compile Java, do last, println and compiling your Java code. When you just build this, you can see this message printing out on the screen. Okay, so build depends on or build Gradle, whatever you want, you can just give. And these are the screenshots of the output which I had executed on Ubuntu. So first I verified the Java version and it is coming out properly. Then I moved to the second step, that is Gradle init type is Java application. I want to initialize a Gradle project which is a Java application, and here you can select any one of the script, whether you want to build Gradle with Groovy or Kotlin. I selected Groovy, and after selecting Groovy, it will ask me which framework you want for compilation. Okay, so you can choose any one of the compilation, I mean unit testing. We have a tool called as JUnit, TestNG, JUnit Jupyter. These are all the unit testing tools. You can choose whichever the tool you want. And after that, so I gave just a Gradle build. Okay, and it is showing out the output of Gradle build. And also I automated the things. Here you can see task followed by hello, so it is coming out hello Gradle. Okay,